dash list. That's going to be standard in every ACL that you enter. That's always going to be the same. The first option comes in the range. As you can see, I've listed 5 sample ranges here at the top. They affect different protocols. Some can be IP, some can be IPX, and some affect each of those protocols in different fashions, standard versus extended. Here's the numbers. Standard IP, 1 to 99. Extended IP, 100 to 199. Standard IPX, 800 to 899. Extended IPX, 900 to 999. And the SAP IPX is 1000 to 1099. I've listed these 5 not because they're the only choices in the range, but because we are going to cover these specifically later on in this nugget. Alright, the next option that you have is permit or deny. The only 2 choices. We're either going to permit based on certain criteria or deny based on certain criteria that will follow this portion of the command. The reason I don't go any further is because this command is going to change dependent on the range or the type of ACL that we're configuring. Let's look into the router so we can see how this is applied. Let me log in first and get into the proper privilege mode. Config T. This is where we would actually type in an access list command. Access-list, always going to be the same. Let's work the question mark here, and we see our options. As you can see, like in the previous slide, 1 to 99, IP standard. 100 to 199, IP extended. Here we'll see our SAP filter, and down here are 2 IPX filters, standard and extended. You do see, however, all these other options, and I just wanted you to be aware of them. There's actually 1 to 1299 is the actual range that can be put into this next field, and it has different effects depending on what you want to do. So let's go ahead and jump with 99 into this command, type the question mark, and again you see, as we stated earlier, the only options you have are deny or permit the specific traffic based on a criteria you're going to set forward in this access list. That's it for access lists. Now we get to move into ACL filtering. This is the real power behind ACLs. Let's do it. Alright, here we go. ACL filtering. We're going to start off with a reminder of the access list command. We have the access-list, as we always do. We're going to opt for 99 this time, which means, now that we've gone through the ranges, a standard access list. We're going to permit. We're going to key on the IP address of 192.168.1.1, and now we get into our wildcard mask. Now this is the power behind our tool. If we say the access control list is a tool, this is the power of that tool. This is what we use to decide what we're going to filter on within this IP address. Alright, an important note here, all 32 bits of an IP address can be filtered. Okay. What we want to know in this wildcard mask is a 0 equals must match, a 1 equals ignore. This is just the opposite of what we found in subnetting. Remember, the opposite was true. When you had a 1, that value was turned on, and when you had a 0, that value was turned off. So just keep in mind that we're doing a little bit of a flip. The other thing to note, wildcard mask is also called an inverse mask, depending on who you're talking to. So if you hear them, they're interchangeable. Alright, let's get down to our explanation. We have an IP address, as I said earlier, 192.168.1.1 that we're trying to get across the network. Okay? This is our access list command up here. Now we're going to substitute in this position, the wildcard mask, each mask that you see below. Let's start with the first one. 0.0.0.0. As we say up here, anything with zeros must match. So each of these zeros represents a complete octet. Now we studied that in IP addressing. So if you recall, that's actually 8 placeholders. So this is shorthand for 8 zeros between each period. So this is equal to a host.